ladies, how are you? Today's video is all about my veganism story. So I got a couple questions because, as you know, I make a lot of what I eat in a day. I do weight training, and I got a lot of questions about how I'm vegan, how am I healthy vegan, how I have been vegan for almost 6 years. So let's talk about it. I'll tell you my story, I'll tell you what I eat, and I'll tell you it all. The first thing I do have to mention that since I was a child in Lithuania, I was very sensitive about animals being killed or humans being killed overall, just death. Unnecessary, gruesome death was always very sensitive to me. I couldn't watch, even on TV, animals being killed. I couldn't watch or see, you know, people killing animals for food. I was always befriending every single animal, and it was always very hard for me, and I was always crying about, you know, people killing animals overall. But of course, back then, veganism wasn't an option. I was a child. My parents fed me whatever they ate, and even though I was throwing up at some point after eating dairy, so dairy, meat, butter, so milk, butter, and meat was always a problem for me. I never liked fish, so I was a picky eater, parents would say, right? She's gonna grow out of it. She's gonna grow out of it, trust me. And did she? No, I never did. So everything started for me because my daughter was allergic to dairy. And that's where it took off. Of course, as a mom, I had to do a lot of research on what to feed my child, how to overcome this allergy. And we were not vegan at this point, not interested in being vegan at all. I was very lucky because I did have one vegan friend who I called immediately after the doctors, after the allergy test. And she gave me a lot of good tips and, you know, where to go and what to buy and what is good and what is not. So I did have a good start in the vegan food world overall. So I went to Whole Foods, I bought everything that's vegan, that doesn't have any dairy in it, and we started trying things. So my daughter was only 1.5 years old, so of course she didn't eat, you know, that much food yet, but I did buy everything. We tried everything, and my friend was awesome, and she kept inviting us to, you know, lunch and dinner, and she made us all of these vegan different things and whatnot. So we were not interested in being vegan at that point at all. 2 years passed of us still eating dairy. My daughter was off of dairy, so we did start going to vegan restaurants to just kind of spoil her a little bit, because she was growing up and she wanted mac and cheese, and she wanted burgers, and she wanted quesadillas and whatnot. So we did go to vegan restaurants. Me, myself, and my husband did not stop eating dairy or, you know, butter and whatnot. She did, and of course, you know, it wasn't that hard. There were a lot of options in Whole Foods at that time as well. It's just that the thing is to actually buy everything and, you know, try and see which one you like the most, because there are not only vegan things that are bad and good, you know, so you pick whichever works for you and which ones you like, the companies and whatnot. When my son was born, that's when I went vegan. I watched the video, the best video that I have ever seen, and again, I don't do well with animal cruelty and watching videos of animals dying. And this video on YouTube was 1 hour long, where he actually explained, he did put in like a 5-minute video of animals being killed and the way they are killed, and it's just, I couldn't watch it. I was like, oh no, because I started crying immediately. And I watched that video. It was awesome. I will, if it's still up, because again, it was such a long time ago, 6 years ago, I will link it down below if it's still available on YouTube. And overnight I went vegan. I'm like, this is just the lifestyle for me. I went to Whole Foods again, and of course nowadays every single store has vegan options, right? You just need to find it, because usually it's in the like the veggie aisles or something, or in the frozen section. So I bought a lot of things. Of course, again, it took a lot of trial and error to see which things I like. Now, after 6 years, I know 100% what I like, but I still do try all of the new things that come out, because, you know, we're evolving and there are a lot of options nowadays. So I went vegan, and it was great. And even my mom said once that I was born vegan, because I had such hard time with meats and animal products overall. The only thing that I actually liked was cheese, right? Because it's so addicting, and a lot of people say when they go vegan, that's the only thing they miss. It's usually cheese or eggs, and because nothing can replace those. Vegan cheese is not the same. It is very close. It's not the same. Vegan egg is not the same. It's close, it's not the same. So, you know, but again, reminding myself why I went vegan in the first place, for the animals. A lot of people go vegan for different reasons, you know. We know the reasons. I'm not going to say it here. If you're interested in veganism, you of course will do your own research and watch all of the things that you want to watch, and, you know, be smart about it. If you take out meat, you need to substitute that, because you do need all the things that meat does good, and which is iron and protein and, you know, calories and whatnot. And of course, you know, if you take out anything from your diet, you need to substitute, right? Omega-3s. We as vegans don't get omega-3s, B12. So again, think about those things and do your research, talk to doctors, friends, whatever. I did a lot. Like I said, I started when my daughter was born and she had allergies. Up until still now, I'm making sure that I am being smart about this every single year. My whole family does blood work to see and check our blood to see if we're not low, if we're not high, if we are healthy. So 3 months later, after I went vegan, my husband decided to watch the same video I did, because obviously he was interested in why this changed me so quickly. He watched that video and he decided to go vegan as well. He didn't take out everything at the same time, but I think like a 1 month span, he just went completely vegan. And again, there are a lot of misconceptions about veganism, and I don't want to go into it. Like, if you want me to go into detail about how healthy veganism is, not bashing any other diet, of course, just talking about from a vegan's perspective on how I keep healthy, I keep my family healthy, and I am healthy as well. Again, we do check every single year just to be safe, and, you know, because I'm a mom and I gotta take care of them. But overall, that is the story. And yes, my whole family is vegan with me. We are, I guess a lot of people would call us junk vegans, because we do eat vegan cheese, vegan mayonnaise, vegan sour cream, vegan meats, vegan burgers, vegan, oh my God, chocolates, vegan butter, vegan sauces, vegan everything. So we eat every single thing that a normal diet, right? Animal-based diet is, just we eat the same version in the vegan foods. I hope this makes sense. Again, I know that a lot of plant-based eaters will not understand this or agree with me, because veganism is supposed to be for health, but again, I love my food. I love food, and I just cannot eat salads and vegetables and fruit only, although I do eat a lot of vegetables and fruit because I know they're healthy for me. I do love my vegan everything else. Junk food vegan. I do love chips as well, and ice cream, and it's just, there's so many options now, and I'm so lucky to be living in this time where I can go to Jewel Osco and buy vegan ice cream and buy vegan cream cheese, buy vegan bread and vegan wine. I don't know, everything, anything, and whatever I want. And of course, it is, some things are more expensive, some things are less expensive. Some people say that veganism is very expensive, but again, it really just depends on what you eat. You can eat an animal-based diet and buy the most expensive meat, and you then can buy the cheapest meat. Same with veganism, you can buy the most expensive or the least expensive. And you can buy things overall depending on the companies and, you know, the stores that you go to. We all know that Whole Foods is very expensive, Aldi less expensive. So again, find the stores that maybe, you know, depending on your budget. And this is my veganism story. So if you're interested in more of what I eat, I do make a lot of what I eat in a day videos. I do weight train, so again, I prioritize my protein level. And yes, as a vegan, you can gain muscle. And no, I'm not vegan because I want to lose weight. I think I answered the two most popular questions. Thank you so much for watching my veganism story. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Although I did lose over about 20-30 pounds while being vegan, you know, it's still healthier.